It's here! It's finally here. My favourite triennial event, and I'm not even kidding, the 2025 Australian federal election has been called! It's on May 3rd, everyone. Put it in your calendar. Count down the days with me. Get ready, because I'm very excited, and hopefully you are moderately to medium excited as well, because I understand you can't be as enthusiastic as me. That's not physically possible. But hey, if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, underwhelmed, or just unsure, well, don't worry, because I have some important information to help you get prepared for election day. First off, obviously, is make sure you're enrolled to vote. If you're not enrolled to vote, you have 7 days to do it, so do it now. Go to aec.gov.au/enroll. Currently there's almost 400,000 eligible people who aren't enrolled to vote, which is wild because that could make or break who forms government. That averages to over 2,600 people per electorate, and there's over a dozen seats that have a margin smaller than that. So who forms government literally could be decided by people who are enrolling to vote this election. So hey, get onto it! Now, if you've already enrolled to vote previously, then you don't need to re-enroll, unless you were, for whatever reason, removed from the electoral roll for a specific reason, like you went to live overseas for several years and have only recently returned. That probably doesn't apply to most of you, so don't worry about it. But if you're unsure, you can always check your details at the AEC website, which is linked in the description. Alternatively, have you moved since 2022? Changed your name? Let the AEC know. Update your enrollment details if you have anything that's changed. Speaking of the AEC, they are your friend. If you have any questions about how voting works, how to vote early, where to vote, all those sorts of things, use their website. They are the official source of information when it comes to voting and elections, and a lot of information I get is from them. When registration of candidates is complete, you can also look up who is running in your local area for the House of Representatives and the candidates for your state or territory for the Senate on the AEC website. Visit their website at least once before the election happens, okay? Promise me. Promise to me specifically. Comment down below. I promise you, David, I will do that. That also reminds me, I didn't introduce myself at the start of this episode because I got so excited. Hello, I'm David, your long curly haired host of Auspol Explained, and I explain everything to do with Australian politics. Like how to find your candidates on the AEC website. And also a few other things. The AEC website has tons of information, but it won't tell you who to vote for. They won't tell you anything about a candidate or party's policies. That's not their role. That's for you to research yourself. Do your own research, but in like a genuine non-conspiracy kind of way, Here are some suggestions on how to figure that out. The obvious one is look up the websites of parties and candidates to read their policy pages. I mean, that seems obvious, but not everyone does it, so I'm encouraging you, hey, be a little bit proactive. Feel free to contact them for more information. Compare and contrast the ideas of different political parties and candidates. And then on top of that, read a few news articles to help you understand key policies better and what impact they might have from an independent perspective. There is no shortage of experts commenting on economics, climate change, housing, that sort of thing. You can be very informed, and you should be informed about those policies before you go to vote. Speaking of voting, you also can look up the voting records of current members at theyvoteforyou.org.au. It's a really helpful website. It will give you a handy summary of how members have voted and then put bills into different categories for you to search. Like, did your member consistently vote for or against more money for affordable housing or renewable energy? Do they think university fees should be increased or decreased? What do they think about refugee protections, etc.? All those sorts of things. You can click on those categories and find out more information about those bills and who voted for and against them. Again, compare different political parties, compare them to independents, and come up with an idea about how you would like to vote. And if you want to know why members of parliament voted a certain way, well, you can look up their speeches in the Hansard record on the parliament website, aph.gov.au. If you're unsure where to start, well, the ABC Vote Compass is a useful way to learn if you're more right-wing or left-wing and how that aligns relative to the major parties. It won't compare you to every single political party or candidate, but if you're unsure where you sit on the political spectrum, it will help you figure that out by asking you a bunch of questions, and then you can go from there. And hey, if you already know who you'd like to vote for, then consider donating to their campaign, volunteering to help them out, talking to others about why you think they should vote a certain way. Get involved however suits you and help make sure who you want to represent you has the best chance of winning possible. And finally, don't forget to vote and enjoy your democracy sausage. That's like the main thing about an election, the sausages. But also, subscribe to me. While I'm not going to tell you who to vote for, I will explain to you how preferential voting works, for example. I have a bunch of episodes on that already. I'll also be making a summary of every single political party for 2025, just to give you a broad overview, and I'll be making a heap of explainers about all sorts of things to do with elections. So comment down below if you have any suggestions for what you'd like to know about how elections and voting works. Again, not going to tell you who to vote for, so don't ask me things like, what do you think of insert policy here? That's not my job. I'm not going to do that. How you feel about the policy is up to you. I'm just one person. My opinion doesn't need to be the same as yours. Just do some research, figure out what best suits you, and just get ready. Have fun. It's an election and it only happens every few years, so let's enjoy it while it lasts. And that's it. That's all for me for now. So get ready, get excited, and go vote when it's time. Oh, and also don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all those sorts of things. And of course, thank you so much to my supporters on Patreon. I appreciate your support. They get episodes not like this one, but other ones early. This one, very time sensitive. Anyway, I'll see you at the polls.